Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Now, I've talked a lot about what Surfshark can do for you, get around region locks on content, circumvent government censorship, and take advantage of region-specific pricing, all on unlimited devices, among many other uses. What you might not know is that Surfshark is the first premium commercial VPN to have servers in over 100 countries, which is quite incredible. You can switch the apparent location of your device to Britain, France, to France again, if you like. Look, I know the names of lots of countries, okay? Just trust me on this. Surfshark has servers in over 100 of them. And until the 31st of December 2022, they have a Black Friday special offer. Follow the link in the description below and enter the code JAGO to get 85% off and 3 months extra free, with, of course, the usual 30-day money-back guarantee. I know, Black Friday was ages ago. Don't tell them, though. Anyway, video. The station at Kempton Park is a little bit weird. I mean, it's not super weird, but it is a little bit weird. So, the basics. The station is on the Shepperton branch line between Hampton and Sunbury. It was opened in 1878 by the London and South Western Railway to serve the racecourse, which opened the same year. And it changed everything for this railway. Race traffic in general was big business for the railways. They'd run special trains for race days. They'd run special trains for race horses. When the Shepperton branch opened in 1864, it was a fairly speculative thing, basically a country railway. Then the racecourse came along. On race days, extra trains would be laid on. In 1916, the line was electrified, but for race days they had to employ steam trains as well, because there just wasn't enough first-class electric stock to handle all the well-off passengers. The entire branch between Kempton Park and Shepperton went from double-track to single on those days, so that one line could be used to store the extra rolling stock. There were 2 signal boxes on the line at Hanworth and Mark Hole that most of the time were totally surplus, but on race days were essential. In subsequent decades, the villages along the line would grow and merge into suburbs, so the racecourse ceased to be the line's one draw. The curious thing was that when there wasn't a race meeting, the station was largely unused. Trains would pass through without stopping. Even now, not all trains call at Kempton Park, and it still feels like a halt. There used to be more to Kempton Park. At present, there are 2 platforms, but there used to be a third. The abandoned bay platform where race day specials would terminate is very obvious. There was a siding where racehorses could be offloaded from the horse boxes that just about every railway provided. But it wasn't all about the racecourse. There was a long pair of sidings serving the waterworks. You might recognise the waterworks. It's been used as a filming location many times. The exterior was the Sweet Factory in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and the interior was in Games Master, Red Dwarf, and it was the engine room in A Night to Remember. None of this is relevant to the station, I just thought it was interesting. The waterworks sidings connected to a remarkable narrow-gauge railway, the Metropolitan Water Board Railway. This system served this waterworks, the one at Hampton, and a wharf by the Thames. Probably merits a video of its own, in fact. Back to the station itself. In 1923, the London and South Western Railway became part of the Southern Railway, and so did Kempton Park Station. During the Second World War, following D-Day, the racecourse gained a new role as a processing facility for German prisoners of war. POWs would be brought to Kempton Park by train. The trains were made up of corridor coaches, because they could use fewer guards to keep an eye on the men. After decontamination and interrogation, the prisoners would be sent on to POW camps. But after the war, things went back to normal for Kempton Park. In 1947, the narrow-gauge railway closed. In 1948, the Southern Railway fell under British Railways during nationalisation. In 1964, the station was, I think the term is, rationalised. The waterworks sidings were lifted, the horsebox siding went, and the bay platform was closed. The days of packed-out race day specials were gone, and it was considered sufficient just to stop an ordinary train there on race days. I must confess that I'm not sure exactly when it became a regular stopping point, though certainly it was race days only in the 1990s. Despite its upgraded status to regular station stop, Kempton Park feels quite lonely. It sees 2 trains an hour in each direction. There's little by way of station facilities. The paint is flaking off on some of the metalwork, revealing older Network Southeast red, and green paint that may date from British Railways or perhaps even the Southern Railway. In 2017 it was announced that the racecourse was to be closed and demolished by 2021. Well, it's 2022 and they're still holding races there. I guess this is another of those delayed by the pandemic things. But that doesn't mean the station will be devoid of purpose. The plan is, perhaps inevitably, to build housing on the site. And the lonely station will be perfectly sited to serve this. There is even talk of putting it on Crossrail too, should that actually happen. So Kempton Park Station has a future. It's just, we don't know what it is. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, please do leave a like and subscribe for more. I'd like, as I always do, to thank my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon for your support. You are the horses to my courses. Thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Click on the link in the description below to take advantage of their generous offer. And I'll see you all again very soon. Cheerio.